as raw as it is, right? And then when it realizes that no, people are not showing so much interest in the staking and the staking activity is going down, then it can equally increase the rate to attract people. And all this is examined and executed by a smart contract. So if you are on this call, this is what your friend is inviting you. How do they generate revenue? Let me touch on that briefly. Then we go to the main topic for discussion today. Today, we are going to focus on the referral aspect of things. So please stay with me. I hope that by the end of this session, you should be able to understand the principle being adopted here without jargons, right? So let me touch on how this platform generates revenue. First of all, the liquidity provision. Now, this whole concept has been built on a prevailing concept protocol that has been in business for 6 years. In 6 years of being in business, several thousands of people's lives have been transformed. Why? Because they had found something that gives them not only incredible APY like you are seeing on your screen, but something that has also given them peace and are proven to be very, very sustainable. Sustainability is key in some of these things. So if you have a model that has sustained itself using only the protocol own liquidity approach to sustain its operations for 6 years, then it is worth emulating. And for that matter, and the protocol I am talking to you about is called Olympus DAO. You know why? I am being professional. I don't need to mention other programs on my presentation. However, I believe where credit is due, there is no shame, celebrating a champion. There is no shame saying Messi is the best player we've ever seen. I know, yes, I know people are coming at me after this call, but that's just the truth.
It's not true.
So there is no shame pointing to champions of industry and saying these guys have done it well. When Ethereum came to being, they didn't condemn Bitcoin. They actually appreciated Bitcoin, celebrated Bitcoin, and said, look, we're going to build upon you, and our existence will make you even better. That is the beauty of the crypto space. So the protocol that came to pave that way to show you that, look, guys, it is possible to stake your money and think long-term without the fear of being rock pulled, without the fear of somebody, controlling your money, restricting your assets and dumping tokens on you and restricting access to your earnings. It is possible to do it in a proper manner, mathematically and scientifically backed with data, pure data, and they've been able to sustain that for 6 years and still in business. Guess what? It wasn't a 9 days wonder thing. Other protocols, seeing the prudent thing they have done, decided to also emulate them, follow them, and implement their principles, their core principles and models of running their show. Right? So this protocol is not just built out on assumptions. There are proven records of many other protocols copying this model, giving people very long-term, earning opportunity or business opportunities. Then aside that, they decided that, look, there's something new growing on here in the crypto space called the prediction market, which we are coming out with our own internal prediction market that allow people to monetize their opinion on anything. The wonders of prediction market, you want to know more, book date with us this Friday evening. I think this Friday too, we need to do something unique as usual, where we'll go deeper into this using raw data from the chain, to support our claim. And this industry is a multi-trillion-dollar industry that generates several millions of dollars in terms of revenue to these platform owners. So Shadow's Claw decided to launch its own prediction market and then attract users from all over the world to exercise their prediction or their trades on their platform, thereby enabling us to generate revenue to still support the model that is already very, very successful. Then on top of that, they also have their own AI agents that can even advise you based on the market conditions, execute trades and other things on your behalf, making sure that every time you spend on this protocol, everything is assisted, done in an automatic mode for you. You have an AI that analyzes the market and makes prediction on your behalf. You have a prediction market that is also generating revenue to support whatever you have staked. And then you also have, the staking protocol, earning so much for you on passive mode. So in a nutshell, this is what Shadow's Claw is all about. Now, what does that entail for, what is the minimum? Let me touch on that before I come to the main topic. What is the minimum? Even $1, you can start. What is the maximum? No maximum, no minimum. Whatever your strength is, you are welcomed here. So you have that ability to decide how much you really want to commit into this. And at the end of the day, nobody restricts you. No no geographical, restrictions or any. All you need is a decentralized wallet and then some small BNB and some USDT to stake, and you are good to go. It is you and the smart contract. And all the smart contracts managing all aspects of this protocol is made public on chain. You can go and look into those contracts, look at what they are doing. On Friday, I'm sure we'll go deeper into it. Those of you who missed last Monday morning edition, I think I'm going to give another dose on Friday, and then we'll even look into the individual smart contracts and what exactly they are doing. So Friday promises to be to be loaded with activities, and it will be full of technicalities. So all these things we have examined and ensure that they have been properly taken care of or renounced in a way that nobody can control you. And this is what Shadow Clouds is. Now, does it sound good? You are in it. Those of us who started just about 40 days ago, I don't know if you guys are observing, but go and check. Most of us are close to 50% in interest already. Most of you haven't paid attention yet. I was blown this morning when I went back to one of my stakings, and I'm like, let me look at it and look at it percentage-wise. And I'm like, oh my God, how I wish everybody would understand what the continuous compounding effects can do to your earning. We are not up to 50 days yet. Profits or returns is close to 50% already. By the time we hit 100 days, trust me, it will even be better. 150 days, 200 days. That is when you begin to see the magic of what we call compound interest, right? Now, let's come to referral aspect of things. What if I introduce my friend to the platform? How does the platform reward me? How does it work? Give me 1 minute. Let me split my screen into something else. Okay, let me pick our PDF in a bit, and let's talk about it. Now,
I have verified them.
There are two forms of rewards. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Is there any problem? Am I okay?
I saw the 50% myself just now.
Oh, yes. Yes. And we are not up to 50 days old. The protocol itself is not up to 50 days old. So by the time we cross 100, you know that your original capital you have put in has even yielded. And what it simply means that once you hit 100%, and you still allow this to compound, what it means that if initially you were making, let's say, $50 daily with your original capital, now you have the capital and the interest, your daily earnings will equally double. And that is the magic of this compounding effect. And a lot of people are underestimating it until they begin to see those of us who took the lead share images of how much, how rewarding it is to be part of this. So now, once you've established that it is safe, the concept is genuine, they have multiple sources of revenue to back it up. You have a friend who is out there chasing Ponzi's. We are all coming from, unless you are new entirely to this online space, if there's anyone here who hasn't lost a dime online before, raise your hand and I'll celebrate you. You're a king, right? All of us are coming from an era where we used to trust human beings. We used to trust systems. systems that have centralized control. We put our energy into this, we promote, we move from continent to continent, building a team, building a community. And then when things are on top at the peak, that is when one guy at the top will just take a decision and betray all of us. These are guys who come to you and say, look, I'm a billionaire. I do this for 16 years now. Look at my portfolio. Look at my this, look at my that. Then you put your $50. It's time to take it and he refuses you access to your $50. A billionaire stealing $50 from us. We have seen it over and over and over. I have been in this space since 2009, actively since 2009. Trust me, I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly. I can narrate how every era of crypto, from the beginning, how the whole crypto journey has been all the way to today. I haven't missed a single thing. So trust me, I have seen so many things and I've learned so many things. I've been blessed many times, but I've equally been burned many times. Funny enough, blessing and burning all comes with B. Wow, that's interesting. So if you realize that this protocol is self-regulatory, it's a DAO, decentralized autonomous organization, nobody has control over it, not even the liquidity pool where the money is coming from is under anybody's control. And that's a fact. Then you want to tell your friend and rescue him from all these scams. But there should be something in there for you, right? So there are two models we deploy here. The first one is what we call the direct referral commission. Direct referral commission. That is on its own a huge blessing that we don't want to overhype. But truth remains that picture this thing. Let's say you invited somebody who came in with $100, and every 12 hours, let's say he makes $1. Naturally, you'll be making 10% of that $1, which will be just 10 cents. Very insignificant, right? That is just the beginning. This young man keeps compounding his account. And you know, when you compound your account all the way up to 2 years, up to 3 years, $100 grows up to over $1.2 million, right? Now, as this guy is growing in value, just like I stated earlier, that somebody who may be earning like $50, daily, because his or her capital has doubled, what it means that $100 will now start reading, that $50 will now start reading as $100. What it simply means is that if the one who sponsored her from the beginning, same capital, was taking $5 per each round, each time she makes her $50, guess what? This sponsor will now start enjoying $10 per each round because the earning potentials has increased, the daily yields has grown as a result of compounding effect. So what you earn first is the 10% of your directly referred people. 10%, no matter how many are they, whatever they earn, 10% comes to you as reward. That is self-explanatory. Then we have the contribution value reward. And all the queries I keep getting, people call me randomly, and all they need to do is they want to understand. They say they came to the Zoom and we say, oh, there's a formula that is being used. Yes, there is a formula, but that formula, forget about what you see. I realize that some of these things, even back in school, it scares a lot of people. Something raised to the power, something divided by this, multiplied by that, and people get confused. Now, the approach the model being adopted here is very simple. When you go to other platforms, they have ranking, VIP 1, VIP 2, VIP 3, VIP 4, VIP 5, sometimes all the way to VIP 15. And then you realize that when you're at VIP 1, you are only restricted to about 5% of the pool share, or 5% of the volume being generated under you until you finally get to V2. And then when you get to V2, they increase it to like 10%. And then you see somebody at V12 taking 80%. That model that puts so much power into the hands of those who had a chance to jump in early is sometimes unfair to the entire community. So they were like, no, let's dissolve that approach. Let's not bring ranking. Rather, let's look at everybody's individual strength. Whatever you contributed to the table, you should have that share from the community. So they came up with this to say, first of all, to be able to determine what comes to you every round. Let me explain. I'm talking about team commission, which is a bit different from the direct commissions we make. Direct commissions, 10% of the people you directly invited. Now, these guys have gone on to also bring their friends. These other friends are your indirect. They form part of your team anyway, but they are not your direct. So you don't get to earn that 10% on them. But guess what? Because they form part of your structure, your team, the system still rewards you on the total volume that comes from them every 12 hours, calculated twice and rewarded or credited to account once daily. And the approach is very simple. The formula is your personal weight or your weight coefficient times your team, your personal team contribution value divided by the network value times 80% of the daily total rebase. Now, let me break what is happening here. It's very simple. All they are saying is that the total rebase that comes to people every 12 hours, 80% is pushed into a pool. Please listen to this. Forget all the jargons you see on your screens. 80% of the total rebase, let's say if at the end of 12 hours, 100,000 SAC is being, is being rebased, 80% of that is thrown into a global pool. Now, this pool, it is my contribution, your contribution, somebody else's contribution forms the pool. So now let's determine what my contribution is. Let's say we have a group, we have a pool, and then there's 1,000 in that pool. Then Lion King alone, per his personal contribution, actually put in 500 to this. Naturally, you don't. This is mathematically, he has 50% ownership of that pool, and for that matter, when profit comes from the pool and we are sharing, that same ratio should be accorded him. Am I making sense, guys? Now, it is the same model being adopted here, saying that we have a global pool. That pool consists of all of us, our effort. So your direct contribution to that pool is the same proportion is what is distributed to you back when it comes to the revenue share. If you have participated in group pools, you realize that those who normally have more contribution to the pool, it can be direct or team, they take higher share in terms of percentage. At the end of the day, the 100% is distributed equally mathematically, and nobody is cheated. So what you see on your screen here is very simple. But now let's come back and look at these figures in detail. Your personal weight. Now, the highest amount of weight every contributor or every builder can have in Shadow's Claw is 1. And it is determined by your total amount staked. So now, from $1 all the way to $1,000 gives you a weight of 0.9. 0.9. Then from 1,000 and above all the way to 2,000 gives you 0.91. 2,000 all the way to 4,000 gives you 0.92. 4,000 and above gives you 0.94. Then 6,000 and above gives you 0.96. Then anything above 10,000 gives you that 1. So whether you come in with 1 billion, your total weight or personal weight remains 1. That is established. Now, your total team contribution value. This is determined by, first of all, gathering all the respective legs under you. Let me explain what a leg is. Let's say I invited Leader Bongi. Say me, I invited Leader Focus, and then Lion King. These 3 people are directly hooked up under me. They represent my 3 separate networks or legs or generations. So if Focus decides to go and start building a team, he and his team produce a certain volume. When we are looking at it in terms of leg structure, he and his entire generation represent 1 team or 1 leg under me. Same applies to Leader Lion King and then Leader Bongi, right? So now what the system does for everybody is very simple. To determine this total team contribution value, they will first of all pick your biggest leg. All of us in the community, we will give up on our bigger leg. Then it will merge the remaining legs or the remaining volume from all the sub legs together to ascertain what your team, your total contribution value is. So let's say, for instance, in this example, I would like to add leader Yvonne as my 4 direct legs. So the first, leader Yvonne and her team produced 10,000. And then Focus and his team, everybody, let's say for this example, everybody produced 10,000 volume, right? The system must definitely pick one of them and treat it as my bigger leg. So in this case, leader Yvonne has been picked as my big leg. Then they will now add the total value of the total contribution from leader Focus, leader Lion King, and leader Bongi. They merge it together to form my sub zone. Although you realize that even when they merge all these people together, the total summation involved is bigger than what has been neglected as your big leg, but that is what is used as your total team volume. Then they multiply it by 1.33. So if you look on your screen and you know how fair this structure is, you realize that under normal circumstances, if you ask me, Jerry, what is your total team volume? I'll look at 10, 10, 10, 10. That's 40. So I'll tell you, oh, you know what? My team volume is 40,000, right? But when this principle is applied, you realize that the 10 is taken out, leaving the first 10 is taken out, leaving the other 30. The 30 multiplied by 1.33 comes back to 39,950. So in effect, you really don't lose anything as long as team volume is concerned. Your direct contribution to the network determines what comes to you. So once they determine this for me, the system will determine that for everybody and push that volume into the global pool. So at the end of the day, when revenue is to be shared in that pool, let's say after adding all this, my total contribution to the team is like 1% of the total amount in there. When there's revenue to be distributed, 1% of that revenue comes to me. If somebody's contribution is 2% to the pool, 2% of the revenue automatically goes to him. Fairness prevails. Nobody is treated special and say, oh, because Jerry came in early and we should give him VIP 6. And then with little effort, I'll just be there and be taking 80%. Then there's another builder down there contributing, but he is taking 5%. That fairness, that injustice has been taken care of and replaced with what is open and just to everybody. Hello, my guys. I hope I am making a point. I hope I'm making it easier for you to explain it to people. So they adopt the global pool, the global reserve that is shared every 24 hours. How much do you want from that pool? It is dependent on how much is gone into this pool. So let's say, in effect, the total amount of SAC that has been staked in our community is 1 million. And out of that 1 million, I and my team, our total contribution volume is like 100,000 SACs. That is indirectly, that is 10% of my contribution going to the pool. So when the pool yields bonus or revenue, and that revenue is about to be distributed, I must take that 10% and it comes to me, effortlessly. And this is what translates into many incredible figures you see on people's screen when they share their team revenue with you. And somebody will say, Jerry, are you sure this thing is right? I only put in small effort. Why am I getting so huge? Oh, guys, to shock you, we have people who are, even in these few days, who are already crossing the 500 daily in commission alone. They are going there. 1,000 daily, it will grow to 5,000, to grow to 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 daily. As long as they keep contributing to the team, it is important. Now, the question is this: Why is all this thing important? Why does the system decided to reward those who have decided to build? Because in crypto, the numbers matters a lot. Now, if people must see our platform and participate in it, the more you bring them to understand what prediction market is, the more they are more likely to use it. And once they know about shadow claw, they know about the advantages in our prediction market, they are more likely to choose it when the time comes for them to do it. Because trust me, in the next few years, let me make this again. I said this thing before. People took me on. I guess some of my mates are on this call. I did accounting. I'm a professional accountant by academics, right? When I discovered crypto, there was once we went for an event in my university. I pick up the mic and I say, you guys, you are still here learning banking and finance. I'm sorry, in the next 5 years to come, trust me, banks will not need your services, right? Banks will not need your services. It sounded stupid to them. In fact, we debated. Some of these guys are still following me in all these ventures anyway. Let me stand here today and still talk about this. Fast forward to after that pronouncement, I was there when I got an email from my bank, Standard Chartered Bank, saying, dear customer, we are pleased to announce to you that now your ATMs can actually receive cash deposits and check deposits. I'm like, okay, that is just the beginning of the wind blowing. So if ATM can receive check and receive cash deposit, what is my business in the banking hall? Oh, so if the banking halls don't need my business in there, why would they keep people there to keep their offices? Why would they even hire, big complexes, for people to work in and do business? So gradually, when more and more people embrace that practice and they know that actually people just go to the ATM to do everything they need. And then we don't need this number of employees. We don't need the numbers to keep paying salaries and all. Now, in the next few years from now, anything you do as long as trading is involved, be it Forex, be it crypto, going to your Binances to trade futures and all those things, predicting Bitcoin and all that, political things, you want to go to your bookies, or sports, you want to go to places that allow you to put your money down and make predictions. In the next 5 years, all these institutions will not be attractive to you anymore. You have no option than to embrace what has come to be in the form of the prediction market. Oh, are you following the World Cup? Do you know ADI Market? ADI Market is the official prediction market of FIFA. Guys, I'm sure you guys are not understanding the kind of wind blowing. FIFA has an official prediction market partner. Whenever I see that on my screen, I say, oh God. Those of you here in Africa, our Cup of Nations is being sponsored by Binance. If you take out Total, the Total Energies as the headline sponsor, you see other sub-sponsors telling you so many crypto.com, Binance this one that, this, all related to the crypto market. Then you sit in Africa and you make light, you make fun of those who believe in that thing called crypto. And the whole world, they always find a nice way of telling you that, look, my guy, the way we are all going is that we are recognizing prediction market as the next big thing. Not even FIFA want to miss out on the catch. Hello? So in effect, this is how the rewards are calculated. And you don't need to do these calculations on your own. This rule has been implemented in the code. That's why you wake up every morning. What is the time now in Ghana? I think it should be around 9 a.m. In the next 2 hours or so, the next base, in fact, let's check from the app to see when the next rebase is coming. Let's check and look at something. Let's go to the app and go to contribution. Is it contribution? Give me a second. No, so let's go to staking and see when the next rebase is coming. On top of your screen, under the fixed staking, you see 3 hours, 56 minutes to next rebase, right? And then you come here and then you realize, oh, my $500 for my team is ready. Oh, my $200 for my, even if it is $100 you're making daily in Africa, I'm sorry, my followers or my listeners outside Africa, you may not relate to what I'm about to say. But trust me, in Africa here, $100 a day, whoa, that is somebody's monthly salary. Waking up at dawn, going to work, going through the struggle, making sure they take all the B's from the work side. There's a certain boss there who will throw things at you, and you have to say, yes, boss, yes, sir, boss. Even when you are eating, they call you, you have to give up and move because your job is calling you. I'm not disputing your job. Your job, it is good to work. But then while you work, look at the returns that comes to us. So that is how the calculations are done, and this earnings comes to you. And hello, this earnings is not part of your staking earnings. You're making $100 a day, that's like over $3,000 a month. $3,000 a month is about 36,000 Ghana cedis. Hello. How many people, even our parliamentarians, how many of them takes 30,000 plus a month? And you have this opportunity sitting right here. All you need to do is to understand how it works, develop the belief in it, do more research, understand what it takes. And for the fact that this is a long-term project, I am not speaking because maybe Shadow's Claw has paid me. I don't even know them. I've not met them before, right? I am building a business on top of something that I believe is here to last for long, for my people to make something out of it. Oh, why would you think FIFA want to associate themselves with prediction market? If they feel it's a bubble, something that will just vanish tomorrow, you think FIFA will be willing to dent its image and say, we have a sponsor in our official prediction market sponsor. And you go to prediction market, trillions of dollars are being thrown on sports predictions alone. This is the future, guys. Embrace it. If you do not understand all these questions, today, for instance, I'm going to entertain questions with respect to the rewards aspect of it. But I hope this small analogy, way of breaking it down for you, makes you understand the approach being used to distribute this income. And once you know that, there is no favoritism here. Whether I came in first or not, you can come in and even make better than Jerry. And that is fairness. Let it not be that because Jerry is at the top, anything that happens, Jerry must eat. They must satisfy my ego, and then I'll just be at the top feeling big. It doesn't work in this setup. You want a cut from the cake, contribute to it. In Ghana, we say no contribution, no chop. So the global pool, how much do you want to contribute to it? How do you get a contribution? By spreading word about Shadow's Claw, believing in it, bringing your friends into it. Any single money they put in counts. Anything they put in count. Everything, $1, $2, $10, $100, 10,000, 2 million, everything counts. And the more you do that, the more the system rewards you fairly. And on that note, I'd like to pause here and see if there are questions that needs answering. And then if you're in Accra, let me also add this. This is very important. You take a look at the weather. It is not friendly at all. Please, if you may, or if you can, please remain indoors. Keep the emergency numbers close to you. If you are in a low-lying area, flood-prone areas, take a look at the weather. Don't be indoors. Take a look at the weather. Be alert. I need you alive because what we have been looking for has arrived, and it has arrived in Shadow's Claw. And I need you stronger and alive to enjoy the fruits of your labor. What is your labor? Your labor has been all the years you put into chasing things that never worked. That's a labor. That's a school fee you've paid. It gets to a point in man's life when you must reap. You must reap. It's a must. You must reap what you sow. You have sown so much into this industry. Time has come for you to eat. Please, I need you alive. Stay safe. Keep the emergencies numbers close to you. And if you see something you are not too comfortable with, be sure to protect yourself first before thinking about protecting others. On that note, let me come back to the screens and take some few questions if possible. Thank you. Leader Bongi, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Leader Jerry. As usual, a well-articulated and informative session. Guys, that deserve fire emoji. I want to see those fire emojis on the chat box before we go to question, to just, you know what, honor our great leader, our great brother and educator who actually give us all the nuggets that we need. I just want to see those fire emoji, guys. I see Benjamin and Lion King. Your hands are up, guys. I'm going to be attending you shortly. Thank you very much for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So let's now go back to the questions. I'm going to start with our leader, Benjamin. You can actually unmute yourself, my leader.
All right. Thank you very much, Leader Jerry, for the wonderful presentation. Can you hear me, guys?
Loud and
Yes,
clear.
my brother, loud and clear, please.
Okay. It's been a very beautiful presentation. Like I think I'm into my studies, and yeah, I'm getting to get there. We've really had a lot of scams in the past, and yeah, some of us have built networks with a lot of people, and we've lost most of them. That is what I can say. We've surely lost most of them. So basically, I see this is yeah, it's really promising, and I'm getting to pick up, and when I pick it up properly, then you're gonna run with this. So what I just want to ask is that when you're locking, when you're locking your money maybe for 1 year, are you allowed to withdraw? Maybe someone might want to withdraw their profits maybe before
Beautiful
1 year.
question.
Those ones who don't want to compound, is it allowed
Yeah,
to withdraw your profits?
beautiful question. Yes, you are allowed to withdraw even every 12 hours if you want to.
Okay.
So when you take the long-term staking like a year, it doesn't mean your profit is locked. Only the capital is locked until that time. Profits are
Mm,
available for you to withdraw at any point in time. And the beautiful part is that there are people who say, okay, if I leave it there for even 30 days, it means that it will not be in my wallet for lying idle. It will be in the
mm,
system yielding for me. So every 30 days, I want to withdraw. And it
okay.
grows up nicely for them. So anytime you want to withdraw, it's available for withdrawal.
So I said it's about 0.9%. I mean, yeah, 0.9% every day.
Yes,
What's that?
an average
Okay.
of 0.9%. And it gets better. It gets better.
Mm,
If you look at the APY and you spread it
mm,
over the number of days, if
mm,
you average it, it gives you about 5.6% daily. But now that doesn't mean you put in today and
mm,
you see 5.6. The
mm.
compounding effect over time could make it up to 5.6, even 6% daily coming back to you.
That is if you leave it for some good days.
Yes, yes. And
Okay.
personally, needless to
Mm,
say, but personally,
mm,
I have decided my personal stakes are all going 3 years and above. I have no intention touching any of them. Because you know what? I'm tired of the few $100,000. Come on, man.
yeah. Funny thing about most online stuffs. People want to get in very fast before the year ends, and everyone is running around. They are scared if the year ends. Eh,
Exactly.
they
Especially
should have made
December,
someone and disappeared.
November, December is always
Yeah,
chaotic.
November, December. That is usually the time.
And people say, oh, when December is coming, the
Yeah.
promoters will take their
Eh,
money. And thankfully, those days are
yeah.
past. Now we have a smart contract ruling itself. Developers can go in there and stop it. They can go in there
Okay.
and take money from it. The tokens are not in
Uh,
their hand. In fact, we did something on Monday. I'll do it on Friday evening. We scan all the wallet addresses holding the token in supply. And as at the
okay.
time we did that, 228,000 people, no, sorry, 278,000 people hold the SAC token. The first 10 holders, top 10 holders are all our smart contract, our staking contract, our liquidity pool, and all that. And guess what? The remaining 200 and 228,000 or so, if you take out only 10 people out of it, all of us combined, we have only 1.2% of the token in supply. Do you know what that means? It means that this token is not in somebody's hand for him to go and dump something and mess up the price or anything. And for me, if you understand that technical sketch, you know that this project is different.
Okay.
It's so different. Yeah.
Then lastly,
Okay.
maybe for more confidence purposes,
Yeah.
do you get to maybe talk to the developers of this? Do they come on Zoom or they are hidden completely?
No, they are not completely hidden. On last week or so, last 2 weeks, on one of these calls, you realize that on Mondays I come through, then on Tuesday we have somebody from corporate. I don't want to use corporate because this is not a company, but for the purpose of this discussion, somebody from corporate, Jean, she comes here. Last time she went live from the office, the Shadows Claw office in Malaysia, for everybody to see. She was publicly giving out. We know these developers. In fact, we've been engaging them. The only challenge has been when it comes to the English speaking world. Shadow's Claw may seem very small in community. Trust me, when they are doing their Chinese Zoom, you can't even get in there. The moment the link comes out, you have just 2-3 minutes to get in, or it's full. 1,000 flat, it's full.
Okay.
So these developers normally attend those calls. They do attend our calls too once in a while to explain one or two things. And we do also query them. If we need understanding on something, we summon the chief developer. He comes on call, just that he speaks to us through an interpreter because of language barrier. But very soon, myself, I'm mastering my Chinese. Very soon, hiya, I'll start talking to him directly and getting direct answers from him. So the team is not hidden. They just decided that they want to be a protocol. What is the essence of being a DAO when there's a face? That's just the point. If I register the protocol as mine, it means that it is mine. I can do tomorrow, I can use law to deprive the community of something. So they are not relevant to this, but they are not completely behind the scenes. They are known.
Okay.
Yeah.
And basically, that is
and very soon too, personally, I'll be embarking on a trip back to Malaysia. I'll be meeting these developers one-on-one, and very soon they are also having a plan to tour Africa, to break down the concept to everybody. But they have a lot on their hands now, trying to market to launch our prediction market this month. They are under so much pressure, trying to make sure it is also followed quickly with the AI launch, so that we can start deriving revenue from that side to support the pool and make sure that we properly set off without any loopholes. Then they can have the freedom to tour or the entire Africa. Another thing is that because they are not hiding away from anything, soon offices will be established in all countries in Africa, and from South Africa all the way down to Ghana, everywhere we have our representation, we're going to have local representation, not because it is required, but of course, in our part of the world, people feel, oh, if I can see the office, then and then they are willing to also sign up and comply with any country's crypto regulation, any rules they have locally, to ensure that nothing comes up tomorrow for anybody to accuse them. So the plans are huge. It's a long term plans, but we believe we'll get there.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome,
All right,
sir.
all right, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that. I will go ahead because I can see there's several hands that are up, but I'm going to go to Lion King because it's the second one. You can unmute yourself, my leader.
All right, Leader Bonge, thank you so much, my sister. Thank you so much for being a part of this amazing Zoom. Now, my special, I would call it special recognition is to the one and only Brother Jerry. They call him the Godfather. The Godfather. My brother, you give me goosebumps every morning. I like what my brother here was trying to bring out, Brother Benja. I told him, if you pick this thing and understand it the way I do, we shall forever have peace. You know, Jerry, what is happening in our market is that I thought most of our networkers are knowledgeable. It's unfortunate that most, even those I respect at the top, guys who have done big numbers, as soon as you send them this and you tell them this is a DAO, they are saying, okay, first activate my account, then we see what to do. And I ask them, how? From where? How do I activate your account? Send it to the company and they activate. This is something disorganizing me. I think we still need a lot of lessons. What you're doing, Jerry, people should start paying. People should start paying for lessons. I am telling you, my brother. Now, let me bring the point that I wanted to bring up. When I was in school, my primary school, we used to have a motto which says, we change with time. Now, it's very hard for people to understand the concept of change in our industry because they have been messed up. Their heads have been connected to being number ones of various stupid projects out there. Now, when it comes to a project like this, Jerry, when you say that these guys are going to be setting up offices and all that, I had planned myself to set an office with my own money, and I'm going to do it either this month or next month. Fully fledged office, because, like we said, Africa is a place where people are saying, if I don't see it, maybe it's not working. We are going to try to come to your area of trying to show you, but these offices are useless. They are actually useless when it comes to a DAO. Guys, I have studied the protocol on Olympia's DAO. I even don't know the guys behind it. Origin, I don't know anyone there. I kept studying it. I said, if this thing is even better, yet these guys were only operating on just one economic model, and here we are bringing some execution model again with prediction market, then we are probably the best platform on the protocol area. Like the way we say, let's make it simple. When you look at the blockchain, the first blockchain, it's called the Genesis blockchain of Bitcoin, is very, very, I would say, primitive and too slow, but it has the blueprints. What came next? Ethereum. It decided to do much better. Before we knew it, we saw Ripple doing slightly better than what Ethereum is doing. Now we have the Binance chain. This is a simple analysis that the protocols are the next big thing. 6 years ago, they began. We missed them. They kept coming. People are becoming millionaires in silence, guys, in silence. There is no noise. This is the thing that is just giving me goosebumps. In silence. And because it is silence, the noise that the scammers are making, most people are missing the business. Everybody is saying, please, I need some support. I need some support. And this guy is giving us something. Come on. Every time someone sends me that, I immediately say, please, I will get back to you later. I tell them, well, let me make some money. I will come back to you. I have some accounts that I'm planning to do what they call staking only for my kids. I leave them. Like Jerry said, 3 years plus. None of my kids will ever say, Daddy, please, I need some money to start a business. This is where I will get their money and put it on a flash and say, this is your inheritance. I'm done with you. You get it? So we are here. We are blessed. Guys, we are blessed. We are blessed to have a man like Jerry that has so much knowledge. When I did my project before and Jerry was in, Jerry, you messed me up in the previous project because Jerry created a leg that nobody could manage to connect to. The leg was so big, and I can tell you, I kept asking, who is this guy? Who is this guy I've never met? I said, I need to see this guy. And I'm actually working on a trip to go to Ghana to sit with Jerry so that I can get more blessings. And I'm very excited because for the first time, I feel confident working with my fellow African. And this is where my energy is back. Like originally, I used to work with these whites, giving them 50% of my energy, 30%. Now I am having more than 100% energy. And that's what we should be, guys. Let's create that thing. Let's say now we are together as Africans. Can we come in all in? We create our fellow Africans. Like Jerry said, it's not a one man show. He's up, yes, but at the end of the day, he's not balancing all the legs at once. You can go down there and create so much business for yourself, and you can still make much money. One, we are networkers. We are not making money from Roy. We are making money from the commission, guys. As we are not investors, we are making money from commission. So even if you started with your $30, $40 as a networker, start building. What are you waiting for? Put your $100 like I started. And then let's start building. Don't be ashamed of saying, oh, I'm a top guy. How can I put $50? Come on. This is a protocol. Even $20 will get you to a millionaire. I don't want you guys to start saying, oh, I don't have enough money to start. No. $20 start. $10 start. And let's start moving. Stop proxenating around. Otherwise, you're going to miss this. It's just 1 month old. This specific protocol, it's 1 month old, but the actual protocols are 6 years old. And this is better than those that are in the market. So we are looking at some 10, 20 years of running. So why don't you dump everything you're doing, dump everything, and let's connect. Put all the effort, one effort here. Every day people are sending us projects, but learn to say no. People are calling us on trips, say no, I'm done with your trips. Stupid trips, guys, come on. 3 years from today, you'll be the happiest person. You can go anywhere you want with just $100 that you've done stake today. You can go in any place in the world. 3 years from today, is it really far? No, it's not. Otherwise, guys, I can say I'm all in. I am testing the depth of this thing with my 4 legs, my arms and the feet, all of them in. I've seen my brother here, Hayford. Welcome, thank you. He's one silent guy I respect, a man that I first saw in what I would call business for home. I was like, you mean we have an African in business for home? My brother Jerry, you need to meet this man Hayford. He's in Ghana. Very calm guy, very silent, but you need to meet him. And when you meet him, you'll find a very respectable guy who builds with silence, no noise. He's purely the best guy I've seen in Ghana there when we come to building, but he's always calm and silent. I respect you, my brother. Anybody I invited here, please, once we are done here, send me a message. Let's get started. If you have already registered, start putting in the money. Even if it is $10, there you've started. Don't worry. Thank you so much. I sign out for now.
Wow. As usual. As usual. Full of power when he speaks. And I didn't even know the earlier the gentleman who asked the question earlier is a baby lion. Because since you are the one who invited him, that's a junior lion. Guys,
He's a serious man. He's my brother. He's very serious.
Yes. Wow. We are a family on this mission. And you know what the saying goes? If you hang around, 3 wise men, or even 2, if you are the third one, obviously chances are that you become the third one automatically, right? The same way when you hang around people on the same mission with you, people whose dream is to become, not just some few 100 years or 1,000 years, but they want to be millionaires, chances are that even if you don't become a millionaire by default, the fact that your friend is a millionaire means that you have that million power, backing you as a friend. And when you fail to show up personally, your friend shows up and they say, hi, $1 million has showed up. So we are all on the same mission. They build all out 1 year, go back, sit down, and enjoy the fruits of your labor. And he also made something very important I want to reiterate. He said that if you're a leader, you don't necessarily need to come in with $10,000. No. I know a leader who started with just $20. Thankfully, the system forces you to grow. How does does it do that? One, there's rule in place saying that if you're a builder, we don't want you to take advantage of our community, right? Each time you put any money, you are allowed to earn referral commissions 5 times of what you put in before it expires, before your earnings stop. Then you restake again. So you can come in with $20. That allows you to earn referral commissions up to $100, right? Restake your $100 you earn from commission, stake it to your capital. That allows you to earn what? $500. Restake your $500, And that opens up to what? 2,500. Now, can you begin to analyze what happens when you stake 2,500 with a business you came in with what? $20. So no matter how, the most important thing is that you may not understand everything today, get going. Go back to whoever referred you, grab a link from him, let's connect energies and let's learn. And again, look at the number of people on this call. You cannot come to public space and be throwing lies or mischief at people. That's why we are even able to mention out projects as reference. Go and study them. When you study them and you jump on call like me, you realize that Jerry is even, being economical with the truth. The reality is that people rose from $100 to multi. It's unbelievable, but it has happened. Go and look at, it's my leader focus here. Even Origin that came just recently, about 4 years. Can you break down the statistics of how many people made 10 million and above, 1 million and above, and the rest? And these guys are not superhumans. They don't have two heads. They are just ordinary guys like you and I who believe in a system and then went to work, and then the system in returns paid back. Nobody cheated anybody. Nobody rocked anybody. No admin said, you guys from Africa, I don't think you deserve $1 million. No. They don't even know where you are connecting from. All they know is a certain identity on chain with your wallet, doing business and receiving its earnings automatically. You don't need permission to take your money. You don't need permission to take anything from the system. It's always at your core. That is the kind of systems we want. Not an admin who will say, guys, I'm on a trip. I'm jumping on a plane now. Give me 2 hours. We'll update something and then we'll come back. 4 days later, you get on him and he said, when I got to the airport, I was arrested. And then the Chinese government came after me. They did this, they did that. Now they say we should shut the website. All those stupid lies, no more. Let me pause here before I say the unsayable. So let me pause here. Leader Focus, please take over from.
Thank you very much, Jerry. I mean, it has been a very wonderful morning. Our time is far spent. What I will say, the Jerry made mention of the origin of how it has made a lot of people millionaires. Personally, I saw one guy in Asia. That guy has been origin from day one. I mean, from day one. And the task at the time that I met him, the guy was earning in a week when he don't withdraw or whatever has come. He was even having a multiple account. Some of us are having, I know you, most of you are having multiple accounts. That is your own destiny. If only you can build. The guy, one of the account in a week, he was earning $167,000. That is these long years, even after. So please, leaders, let's go back to work. I mean, the thing is working so hard. Origin has made over 10 plus people earning over 100 million plus. Over 100 people earning over 10 million plus. Over 1,000 people earning over $1 million plus. And these are the people, most of them some are investors who just come and invest their money. But most of them, if you look at the percentage wise, most of them are leaders who probably they started with $100, with 200, with 1,000, with $500, but with hard work they are able to engineer this amount. Leader Lion King was saying something. I mean, you get to a certain level in life, you can travel to any country of your choice. Nobody can stop you. Absolutely nobody can stop because your money speak volume for you. So we can do it over here. Origin, for instance, it made a lot of people outside there. Those people, our brothers outside there. But here in Africa, this one came to us. We can make a good out of it. Thank you very much. If there's I
Yes.
think the person is, I think I answered the person. Okay, but you can still call the person so that we try to run up. a lot of people are going to work as well. So please, you can call them and then.
Yes, but then can we just attend on the hands that are up? There are people that have got their hands up for a long time now.
Yes, that's what I said. Call them and then they shorten their distance. Concerning it
Yes,
should
yes.
be
So
on the distance. Yes.
okay, yeah. So leader Fred, come, Uncle Fred. Good morning to you. I'm sorry the last time I didn't see your hands up. Forgive me. It was after the call that my attention was drawn to it. Please let me have your question, sir, or contribution.
Yeah, thank you so much. I've forgiven you, by the way. So I think I'm so
Thank you.
glad that I'm part of this community. I'm vigorously studying to make sure that in the next 1 month, most of my team members will come on board. And I think the game will start from that. But I just want to find out, like, we have the maximum on the side is 36 days, but we have a plan of 2 years, 3 years. So after the 360 days, the 360 days, will it truncate, or if you don't touch it, to continue flowing up to the 3 years? If I decide that I want to buy a contract and maybe just forget about it and come to it in 3 years, or after the 360 days, I have to come and do something, maybe risk for it to continue. I just want to know about that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Mr. Frederick. Now we're going to go to Robert. Robert's hands has been up as well. You can unmute yourself, Robert. Oh, okay.
The hands are down now. So you can call, I think, Emmanuel or Francis.
Yeah, Francis. Francis, you can unmute your mic, my brother. I think
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this is Francis. Yeah, I want to find out, assuming I invested $100 for 180 days, what approximation, let's say, how much will I be making for that long? And also the compound interest, what percentage will be calculated if I leave my interest untouched? Thank you.
Leader
Okay.
Jerry, Leader
Okay,
Focus.
sorry. Okay. So I guess these are the only two questions remaining. So we call it a wrap. Let me start with Uncle Fred. Yes, when the 360 days is up, you do not redeem or withdraw. Once the money is still in there, it continues working for you. Leader Focus.
Yes, please. Yes, please,
Yes,
leader. That's right.
yes.
Yeah.
It continues working for you until you pull it out. So yes, the projections we did were based on these 360 days, but it can actually truncate beyond that and still keep earning your commission for you. Secondly, my brother Francis, you ask if you put $100 into 180 days, the APY, for instance, shows around 800 and let's say 800%. And that 800% there is APY per annum, right? So when a bank says, I want to give you something per annum, they are calculating that figure on 360 days. And then the total number of days you have actually gone through is what is applied to you. So in that instance, when you look at 180 days, you could be talking about at least 4x of your stake. 4x of your stake. Mind you, I am not putting in compounding interest. I'm just using the raw base APY as raw as it is. Secondly, you mentioned that how much in percentage comes on daily basis. I earlier on mentioned that when you take the 360 days contract, for instance, we are looking around 0.9% on average, right? So 0.9% on average daily. And if you don't take it, the compounding effect sets in. And that is why we are not yet up to 50 days. But some of us who started from the beginning, our daily earnings or our interest is up to 50% already. Now, when you do the number of days, even if it is 50 days today, and you divide it by the percentage made, that's about 1% daily. But truth is that we are not even up to 50 days yet, but we are already averaging more than 1% daily because we allowed our interest to keep compounding. So in effect, that's how it is. The wonders of compound interest cannot be underestimated. In fact, I cannot even say, if I can dedicate the whole day, right, talking to you about the effects of compound interest. But while we do that, let me take you to my screens and let's do some very quick calculations using a compound yield calculator, so you know how or what to expect. For instance, okay, let me share my screens first. All right. I hope you can see my screens. Now, what I have here is daily compound calculator, right? So let me say I'm going to put $100 into an investment, and daily it yields 0.9%. And then I just want to leave it there for like 3 years. And then ask this compound interest to calculate for me. Ladies and gentlemen, the $100 investment per this calculator suggests that I could be walking home with close to $2 million. Okay, maybe this is too much. Let's say even if due to fluctuations, the system is even giving you just 0.7% daily. When you even calculate that over that time, your $100 grows up to over $209,000. And for a fact, we are not earning 0.7, we are earning more. So even if you want to be very economical with a daily yield, you realize that in the long run, it's always, you are always paid out. And if you scroll down to look at the earnings, for instance, how I wish I can zoom this for you to see. You realize that if you check the monthly earnings in July, the system is saying that the total interest I'm going to earn in July will be $17.4. Look at September. It tells you, look at August. August, instead of 17, is now reading around $28, right? On the same principle. Then in September, you realize that from 28, I'm now earning 33. When you scroll back down to December, you realize that something that I was earning like 17% per month back in December, I'm already talking about what? 66. So that is the magic that continuous compound adds. When you scale it up to October next year, you realize that even on daily, I'm beginning to earn about 550% monthly, 550 on my original $100 investment. So this is the magic that comes with compound interest. And it is one tool I employ all of us. Even if you are the withdrawing type, create one of the contracts and leave it there. Say, I want to leave it there. If we get to 5 years, 6 years, don't shout, hey, other projects are here 6 years. He just mentioned, what's the name? Origin is 4 years plus, going to 5 years. It was the same way they were being told those days that you create something and leave it for 4 years, and somebody convinced himself that forget about the trash you're saying. How can you say 4 years when we can't even survive 3 months on certain projects, right? So don't let that be your story. Give it a shot. Thankfully, your profits, your interests are not locked. You can always unlock them and take them away. So on that note, I would like to thank you so much for your time and your dedication to these morning Zooms. Trust me, when we started, we told ourselves it would be difficult getting people to fill these Zooms because, one, we are in Africa. Mornings are very busy hours of the day. People must rush to work, people must take their kids to school and all that. But consistently, you trooped in here and you made it possible for us to continue having this conversation with you. If you have any further questions, please don't hesitate. You are in our groups, join our groups. Feel free, communicate. No question is useless as long as our protocol is concerned. And because it's a new concept to people, we owe it a duty to make sure that we explain things in a way you can understand and relate to. On that note, thank you so much and bye for now.